Welcome to the big show.
He could go all the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
And we are here for another episode of The Rundown. I'm Chris, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Brian Mitchell. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're tuning in for the first time, and go ahead and give us a follow, man. Give us a like, give us a share. On our Facebook and our YouTube page. If you've been here since day one, my rundowners, as I call you, you should already have done that, And if you haven't, shame on you. Get to it. What are you waiting for? All right. Now, Brian, it is that time of year again. It's Florida time now. Okay. I'm in a Game of Thrones. I'm in the North. All right. I'm in the North right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see that all over.
Negative 4 degrees right now. Okay. Woo. So happy for Florida times. Where the teams are going to play some football, the nice sunshine state, and play some national bowl games and or national championship games. You see how I made the difference there? National bowl games or national championship games for 2A and 3A divisions. In the PFA, we are proud that we have a record-breaking 6 franchises in Florida. Bang, bang.
6.
Got 6 of them things. All right, 6 franchises in Florida this weekend. And on the next month, it's going to be a great weekend of football. Great weekend of football ahead of us. I cannot wait to get to all these details, man.
That's correct, Chris. PFA has 6 total, but 5 coming in this weekend and 1 next month in Miami. That's the Northern Kentucky Wolfpack. We'll be playing in Miami. But this weekend, Orlando and Daytona are the spots where the games are taking place, and those we're going to take a look at those matchups. And we might have a guest from the Austin Vipers. I know. Here at the Rundown, we like to be fair across the board during the off season, and invite a variety of guests on, opposing team or not. We still like to get the guest on and talk to them. So that is definitely going to be an interesting. It's going to be an interesting show. And Chris, it's officially our 1-year anniversary show.
Hey, happy to be here for a year. Happy that they allowed us to be here for a year. It's always good to celebrate the good times.
We'll be right back. All that and more when we come back. And we're back, and that was the bowl schedule for this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday included. And like Chris said, it's Nationals time. Everyone has their own opinion on what the difference is between the national championships and the national bowl games, but we're not going to get into that too much of the definitions at the moment, but we will talk about the matchups. First off, playing in the NFE Tangerine Bowl in Orlando at Lake Brantley High School in beautiful Altamont Springs, just north of Orlando, the Michigan Bills versus the Southington Gems. That game is on Saturday, January 18th, and the kickoff is at noon, Chris. There was a lot of chatter at the beginning when this game got announced. about the matchup and why it was matched up. But how do you think they match up, man? The Bills
Well, I
and the
mean,
Gems.
I'm not going to lie to you. I do think it's somewhat of an uneven matchup, but just so we can give our watchers some background, the Southington Gems, it's an older team. And when I say older, I mean it goes way back. The team used to be in existence in the 1940s, one of the original
Wow.
we don't say that SP word, but one of the original teams back in the day. They rebirthed it in 2023. It's located in Southington, Connecticut, headed by head coach Sal Conti. They play in the East Coast Football League, the ECFL. Been playing there since 2023. The ECFL has 35 teams, man. 35 teams, 4 divisions. They made the ECFL Coast Conference semifinals in 2023, had a 7-1 record that year. They lost to the London County Silverbacks this past season in the second round of the playoffs, 12-6. But this past season, they held the number 1 offense and number 1 defense, only allowing 50 points in their preferred division in that league. They went 7-0 during the regular season, end up finishing out the season 7-1, unfortunately, with the playoff loss. But the young team coming into this game, and it kind of makes sense. Michigan Bills are a young team. They've only been 2 years in existence, but they've done so much, and I think that's why the Michigan Bills brand is a little bit better than the Southern Team brand at this point in time. But the Southington Gems are on the rise. I don't want to make it seem like it's that lopsided, so they're up for the challenge.
Definitely. When it was first announced, it's made a lot of people thought it was lopsided, but you never know. It's any given time that it could be anybody's game. So the Bills will definitely have to not take them lightly and come in and do their job and play their brand of football.
If you had to give me a score, Brian, if you had to give me a score, what are you thinking here? If we're playing, some of these people they like to play, pick'ems, and they like to put some money on the game, high, low. Give me a score differential. What give me some points. What are the points on the game?
I'm going with the Bills 24-6.
24-6. I mean, you let them score. You let them score. Okay, you let them score. You're being nice. I'm going to be a little bit more unnice. I'm going to be a little bit more unkind because I know the Michigan Bills. I know Mikey. I know some of the players that he has. Kelly's going. I'm saying the wide receiver Kelly's going to be there doing his thing, offense and defense. So I'm going to go Michigan Bills 35-0. I'm going straight donut hole, zero zilch. PFA goes ahead and takes down one of the teams out of the East Coast. And we start things off right with that win, man.
1-0. 1-0.
Now, on Sunday, January 19th, at the same stadium, Brentley High School Stadium, Flag City Phantoms were a part of the PFA, now a part of the TPFL. They're going versus the West Virginia Lefanian, if I'm saying that correctly. Leviathan, said it incorrectly then. In the 2025 Orange Blossom Bowl. Flag City, of course, were the runners-up in our 2A division here in the PFA. And the Leviathan were the TPFL runners-up as well in their respective league in the TPFL. Brian, how do you see this one going down there?
This is a good matchup, Chris. I mean, we know FCP is a very good, gritty, knock your tough nose team, and we will see what they can do versus the team out of West Virginia. Not sure too much about. I don't know personally too much about the Leviathan, but I do know they're from the Tri-Point and they were the runners up. But I think Flag City comes home with the ring, man. That they're not desperately chasing, but they're definitely want that ring. So I think they come home with the ring.
Well, the Leviathan team itself has been around for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Fairly new to some. If you stay in this bubble that we call here of Ohio, you don't look outside. They do play out of West Virginia. They were in the TPFL last year, were able to go ahead and make it to that championship game, end up losing to the Wolf. I'm sorry, the Wolf Pack out of
Stark
Stark
County.
County. I'm sorry, Stark County. There's so many Wolfpacks. We'll get to. I hate teams sharing names, but the Stark County Wolfpack ended up beating them in the championship game. Very tough defensively. Has a nice offense as well. But when you talk about the Flag City Phantoms, you're talking about a team who does everything right from top to bottom, as well as from promoting their team, marketing their team, jerseys. They do a lot of things well offensively and defensively. That's why they ended up in our championship game against the Northern Kentucky Wolfpack. So I do see this matchup being very fair. I like that they actually took the invitation instead of taking the longer road. They would have had to play in another invitational game of the Dirty Bowl just to make it into a bowl game instead of taking this invitation. So I agree totally 100% with them taking this invitation and making it down there to Orlando. But I definitely do have FCP pulling it out. Regardless, I know some people had a problem with them winning the first tournament game by a pick six. Hey, man, a win's a win. It's hard enough to get wins at this level, on this level. I don't care if it's by pick six. I don't care if it's by 1 point, by a 34-yard field goal. If I beat you, I beat you. In the discussion. You know what I mean? So I'm taking FCP. This one, again, I said it's going to be close. So I'm thinking more so a matchup, maybe like a 17-14 kind of situation going on right there. Plays down to the fourth quarter. FCP comes up with some big plays on defense, able to pull out the win.
Exactly. And like you said, I'm glad that they took this invitation. I know a lot of people were like commenting about it, but in the end, it's a business decision, and Aaron made the best decision that he can make for that for his team, and I'm glad they they would have had to travel a lot to get to the Dirty Bowl. They just went to the one game, and then they would have had to turn around and go back, travel again, and then turn around and come back down to Miami. That's a crazy travel.
It just makes sense, man. It just makes sense. It makes business sense and it makes football sense. I get an invitation versus having to play a game that if I don't win, I'm out completely. And here I have a golden ticket to go ahead and play in this national bowl game against the team. So I mean, you'd be stupid if you didn't take it as an organization.
Right. I mean, haters are going to say what they want to say, but if it was them, they would have done the same damn thing. So we all know that. So all those haters that were commenting about FCP taking the bowl game, and they're mad because they didn't get invited, probably. So those are the two games in Orlando. We're going to jump right into the Daytona games right after this.
Hey, see, I'm finna go beast mode, and the rest of them know how I'm rocking, they know how I pop it, they say I'm a cheat code. The king of the monsters, the biggest, they know they in trouble when I get in feast mode. Really been on this world for some years, everybody want war, but can't take what I give. Better watch you safe when you get what you fear, I'm the biggest wherever it's up, cause I'm him. On the island, I'm wildin', don't think that I'm hiding every time I come out and get hit. I'm the king of the jungle, the island, everywhere that I step, you know I get respect. Think you better than me, then let's check it out. You ain't been for the fight, better exit now. Got that fossil, come on with the beef, only us at the table, can't eat what we eat. I'm a villain, somehow I'm still saving the street. Supernatural, so you can't compete. I done did all the work, people steps in the street. I done stuff from the south to the east, really step from the north to the west. I done been all around.
Welcome back to the rundown. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our socials. If you're tuning in, trust me, it's not that hard. You just go to the page, click the like button and the subscribe button. Go to our YouTube. You can do the same thing. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. If you're a little bit quicker and more tech savvy, it takes 5 to 6 seconds. All right. We always appreciate it at any time when we can get likes and get follows, so that way we can share this content. Brian, before I go any further, those jerseys are fire.
And those jerseys are brought to you by Trinity Trifecta.
No, they're not. Those jerseys, I hate to cut you off, because I got to give credit where it's due. Those jerseys were actually made by Sportswear. He's another local. Another local guy that's in Detroit. Trust me, Grindhard was mad he didn't come up with the idea too.
I swear Trinity Trifecta had those for some reason.
Man, those jerseys are fire. Okay, do you hear me? I'm jelly as hell. I definitely need to contact Miss Francis. Since I was so much of a supporter last year, I need one. The detail of it is tremendous. So shout out to him. And shout out to those jerseys that those guys are wearing. They're just looking excellent. But back to the matchups in Daytona. Brian, first game kicks off at 1:25 at the Daytona Municipal Stadium. It will be our champion, the champion, Motor City Rams versus the Austin Vipers in the USA Bowl Top 25 National Championship game. Understand what I just said? This is the National Championship game for the USA 3A Bowl. It'll be against the Motor City Rams against the Austin Vipers. Brian, what do you think about that?
This is going to be a good game. I'm excited to see this game, Chris. I feel the Rams got the edge because the competition they faced during the season. They're game hardened. They're ready to go. I just felt I give them the edge. The Vipers played. They obviously won their championship in their league. So kudos to them. Very good team as well. But I give that Texas loss streak coming. I give it back. They're gonna go home with that loss. I think the Rams are gonna come out with the win.
Well, just a little more insight. As we always do fact check here on the rundown, like to do our due diligence. The Austin Vipers team has been in existence since 2009. They are located out of Austin, Texas, led by head coach and defensive coordinator David Wren. They have five league championships, 2011, 13, 15, 17, and this past season in 24. They have 3 national championships in 2013, 15, and 17. This will be their 4th appearance. They play in the Texas United Football Association, which is also known as the TUFA. Been there since 2024. There are 14 teams in that league and with 2 divisions. They beat the 7-1-3 Cardinals 38-33 for the championship, and they are 13-0, including the playoffs. Now, the year before that, they also were in the championship in the TUFA League, but they lost to the Texas Colts 9-7. All right, and now they are currently ranked as the number 8 team in the National Players Association ranking, which we always respect those rankings from the National Players Association.
That's right.
And in the spring 2024 American News Today, they are ranked number 4. So I don't want you to think that they are some type of pushover team, that they don't
Definitely
come
not.
from a good, loyal, a good cloth of a league. They come from a nice league. They're going to be a formidable match for the Motor City Rams. They're going to come tough. They're coming over from Texas. Now, again, Texas records in these national games are not that good. I was there when Prime got put down, by the Ravens
last year.
I was there when that happened. So also, I think the year before that, Texas Raiders got put down as well. So Texas has not fared well when it comes to these national championship games. I don't know if it's travel. I don't know what it is about it, but they do not fare well. And I know if you're going up against these Motor City Rams, you better come with it. Now, supposedly, the Austin Vipers are supposed to be known as the BTA Belt Boys, but we all know who BTA is around these parts.
That's right.
So I think my people over there at Motor City are gonna take that a little personal, and I think we're gonna rev it up a little bit more extra for these guys when they get there, because there can only be one. So I got this game going to be a good game. I'm definitely not going to sit there and hate on the Vipers. I do think they put some points on the board, but unfortunately, I do think they're going to take the L. I got it going 24-17, going for Motor City Rams.
I'm good with that score. We were supposed to have somebody on from the Vipers, but he was stuck at work and he has not joined us yet. So we're just gonna hopefully he'll join us, but he's not on yet. So
yeah, we're gonna have Austin. I'm why I say Austin. We're gonna have Roderick Polk. He was supposed to come on and join us, but again, like Bryce, he got stuck at work. Things happen. Got to make that money, man. Got to make that money. So let's go ahead and jump into that next matchup, though, Brian. Who we got coming up next?
The next matchup is the USA Bowl Fall National Championship and that will be the Indy Bison versus the Erie Express, Chris. The Indy Bison are no stranger to Florida. They obviously went last year, won. They beat the 82 Chargers. That was their first year in existence. This coming their second year. They are the MDFL champs for 2024, and they will be playing in the PFA for 2025, obviously. Taking on the Erie Express, who also is no stranger to Florida. What do you think about this matchup?
I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying this, but it's going to be a good matchup. Okay. I personally know Paul Pennington, who was the owner for the Erie Express. Paul gave me an opportunity at one point in time to actually coach at Erie. I was a special team coach, offensive line coach 2 years ago. They're on a kind of a down spell, other than what Erie has been known for. And what I mean by that is Erie, in the last 5 years, this is their fourth national championship appearance. So they're not used to, we could say, having off seasons. They played in the GDFL. They've won the GDFL before in 2021 against the Inglewood Blackhawks. And they also won a national championship, the USA Bowl, against the Iredell County Warriors in 2022. So they're known around this area to be somewhat of a powerhouse in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
They are coming up with more younger talent now. Paul had to, as you would like to say, reload, is what he's doing right now. So I think that people are under the misconception that the same team that lost to the Columbus Fire in the TPFL Blue Championship, I think the score was 50-19, is going to be the same team that shows up to National. Paul does a great job of recruiting in the offseason. And everybody knows when you go to Nationals, you load up. It's never going to be the same team from the season. We all know that. I've played before. My team did it. Others' team have done it. It's never the same team that you played with in the regular season. Do I think that's fair? No, but it is what it is. So with that being said, he's bringing some different monsters to this battle. He knows going up against the Indy Bison is not going to be, a cakewalk. It's not going to be a match for the meat. And Paul's the kind of guy, he's not trying to be embarrassed either in Florida.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's definitely bringing some dogs with him. One of those dogs is my homeboy, O'Shea Jackson. Beast at linebacker, was their player MVP of this year. Guys like Christopher Ford, guys like Stevie Smith coming out the backfield. He's definitely bringing some guys with him. Do I think that they have a chance at beating the Indy Bison in this championship game? No. Do I think it's going to be a major blowout? No, I do not. So I just want to pump everybody's brakes on that because I know, yes, they lose to the Columbus Fire 50-19. Yes, they did. Would the Columbus Fire versus Indy Bison be a better game? Yes, it would be. But let's get that game during the season. Let's get that game. They're too close to play against each other in a national game. Okay? And honestly, this is a national bowl game. Let's get the difference. It's not a national title game. This is a national bowl game. So a national bowl game, to me, especially if you're playing somebody locally, would be better if you just played it during the regular season. Columbus and Indiana is right there. Stop all that. I know Columbus doesn't like to go to Indiana because they want to say the refs. Indiana dang sure don't like going to Columbus. How about y'all boys meet up in Cincinnati and call it what it is? All right.
The Cincinnati Bowl.
Cincinnati Bowl. Okay.
Right.
But you're not going all the way to Florida to play your neighbor. Okay. You're going to Florida to play somebody that you wouldn't sometimes get a chance to play. And PA and Indiana got a nice little distance between them. All right. So
still a little too close.
Still a little too close for my taste, but I think they're the two deserving teams that are in this game. Runner-ups from now. Indy won their league respectfully as in the MDFL, won their league respectively, and Erie was the runner-up. You know what I mean? So it's not like they shouldn't be playing against each other. Unfortunately, it happens to be at this stage. But again, it's a game that can be the people want Columbus so bad, but that's a game that can be done during the regular season. It's very simple. Okay, very simple. But again, like I said, I still have the Indy Bison winning. The herd is definitely on the move. There's and this is the great thing about the Herd. I don't think people know this either. The Herd are not only playing in this game on Saturday, but then on Sunday, the Bison are playing in the flag tournament.
Up in
The
Tampa.
the national
World
flag
Championship.
tournament championships in Tampa on Sunday. So they're trying to bring home 2 rings.
They did last
Okay.
year.
So shout outs to Grind Hard and everything that those boys are doing over there. I got this score. If I'm being honest, like I said, I still got Indy winning. I'm gonna go. I think they put up some points. I don't think Erie's defense travels that well this time. I'm going 31-14.
And I tell you, when you talk about travel, Bison showed up last year with 60 plus people, so they're not going to have an issue with traveling. I know I saw Grindhard say about 70% of his team was already here, arrived today, so they're getting ready. They're ready to go. They're probably rest of them are coming in tow. So hopefully Erie travels good and it's a good matchup.
Now that game kicks off at 3:45. That is the second game of the day. That game's going to kick off at 3:45 after the Motor City Rams game. Now our final matchup, Brian, the dinner portion of the night is going to be our beloved runner-up of the PFA Championship League, the Detroit Ravens, and they're going to be taking on the runner-up of their league, the Missouri Cyclones. That kickoff is at 6.
It's another game that's going to be an interesting matchup, Chris, to see. And obviously, it's the late game, and they were the late game last year. The Ravens were, and I can tell you this: it was cold. It was cold in Daytona last year. I froze my butt off.
Every time you bring up cold, I feel disrespected. Every time. Because you say, oh, it was 60 degrees. It is -4 right now. I would love for it to be 60 degrees right now. I can't. You and the commissioner, you guys have fun, man. You guys have fun.
The Ravens are looking to start that win streak back up and get back in the win column after falling short in the PFA championship game. The Missouri Cyclones, the great coach team, great ownership. We had the owner on the show a while back. Talked to him, good guy. So they're definitely a great organization, and I think it's gonna be a good matchup, man.
It's definitely going to be a good matchup. Like I said, we do our due diligence over here. Last time we actually had the owner, Brian Hodge, on here. He spoke about the heritage of this team. Team's been in existence since 2001. They won this CMFL, which is the Central Midwest Football League championship in 2021 and 2022. Last year's record was 12-1. Only loss came in the championship against the Joplin Crusaders. And if you don't live in this bubble, okay, you know who the Joplin Crusaders are, and you know what kind of team that is. So to only take a loss to that franchise in the championship game says something about your team. They have definitely been a force to reckon with in the CMFL. Like I said, have been in the championship the last 3 out of the 4 years. This is not their first. This is not their first rodeo at Nationals, but this is, to me, their toughest matchup that they will see to date at Nationals. Again, travel is going to be an issue for them. It's Missouri, okay? They're coming all the way to Florida. You got to think that it is what it is. Hopefully, they come ready and prepared. One thing's for sure, I will tell you about these Detroit Ravens. After what happened in the PFA championship, my Detroit Ravens are on a revenge tour. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Revenge tour 2025.
They're on a revenge tour, and I know if T. Sims is telling his boys anything, he's telling them it starts with this game. It starts with this game. It starts with letting people know, basically, that the championship game in their minds was a fluke. It was a footprint in the snow. Things happen, it goes away. And they want to reclaim their dominance, start a new win streak, get back on track. especially coming into the PFA this season where they're still uncounted out because now we have Racine in the mix. So nobody is taking. I know I checked the poll last, Brian, and Racine is
I know. I
up
saw
there,
that.
knocking it out the park as winning our league this year. So I got Detroit trying to make a statement. I think this game is really close, but again, I lean on guys on Detroit Ravens like Toy Webster at quarterback. I lean on guys like Jerry playing tight end. So definitely gonna do what they need to do. I know they came 50 deep. But was that 50 good players? See, that's the thing. You can come with a lot of men, but did you come with a lot of players? See, Texas did the same thing. I was there, Curtis, when Texas came with all them players.
Prime rolled deep last year.
And they
got spanked.
It looked great. They came with a whole 2 busloads of folks and got whooped on. So I'll take quality over quantity any day. Any day. I'm still taking the Detroit Ravens. Like I said, they're trying to make a statement, trying to come back off that loss that they suffered that ended their 35-game win streak in the championship. So this game, I'm not going to be too bashful with it. I got Missouri scoring, putting some points on the board. But hell the Ravens. I'm taking them, I'll say 24-7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they make a big statement, man. I think they make a huge statement, and this is the stage that you make a statement at leading into the season.
Definitely, for sure.
Hey, Curtis, no disrespect to your team, but did everybody really show up? Because I'm just being 100 with you. Just being 100 with you. I love you, but just being 100 with you.
Those are the Daytona matchups for Saturday. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Nope, I hit that too soon. Anyway, we are back. You're watching the rundown. This is our official 1-year anniversary show. So thanks to everyone who's joined us in the past. Chris and I say that a lot, but we really do appreciate you guys, all the support and it's hard to believe it has been only a year, but it's only the beginning. And hopefully we got a lot of stuff planned for you this year coming up during the season. Yeah. Happy anniversary there, buddy.
Man, happy anniversary to you there, Brian. Now, also, my rundowners, don't forget, this March, we will still be doing the MFOC Midwest Referee Clinic. All that info can be found on the PFA Facebook page as well as the Rundown Facebook page. When it gets closer, we will surely talk more about it, as well as let you know the locations of the games, as well as the times. There's been some talks. Last year, I know all the games started at 12 o'clock. This year, there might be a little change with that, so we might be able to cover a little bit better. Because I only got to see one game last year, and boy, did we have some good games going on. And I was kind of jealous that I wasn't able to peek my head in and watch some other things going on. So for all the latest info of the PFA schedule standings, you can please check out our website at theplayersfootballassociation.com. Again, that is www.theplayersfootballassociation.com. Or you can just jump on our Facebook page as well for all the updates on the rundown. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube. You can also follow us on Instagram. I just added us on Threads. It's a new social media through Meta, through Instagram. Anybody who's on Instagram, you know about Threads. So the rundown is definitely a part of that nuance. So anything that's jumping social media wise, we are jumping on it. So please, when you see the Facebook logo, make sure you like and subscribe.
Join us next week, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the recap of Florida. You never know who will join us. We'll always try to have some surprise guests, Chris. You're not going to want to miss it. So as always, my partner, Chris Cousins, I'm Brian Mitchum. See you next time. Catch us if you can.
Peace.